Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Whoever is watching there, I'm back. Hi, everyone. If you're watching, say hi. It's nice to be back again. Oh, hi. Hi, Evgeny. I love hearing these customs. Yeah, I told you, right? I'll go online and you're the first one who showed up. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Young
So
coffee.
today we have a very special guest, as what I've mentioned in my post. Yeah, so we have my young couple from Calgary who recently got their permanent residency through international student PR and Alberta provincial nominee program. So Yevgeny, remember I told you this morning, right? So they're really um, they're prepared when they came to Canada. So from the start, they have been preparing and watching and researching for everything that can help them in their journey. So yeah, so we're very excited. I'm very excited to share with you their tips and their pathways, whatever they did for the preparation of their permanent residency. So I hope you stick around. And I'm sorry if we're gonna speak in Tagalog because we're more comfortable speaking in Tagalog. But yeah, I hope you stick around. So for the rest of the people who are watching, just don't forget to say hi and tell me where you're from. Don't be shy. Just comment your name and where you're from so we can give you a shout out. Anyway, I will welcome our special guest for today, Dennis and G. Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
Dennis. Hello, G. Maybe friends nyo yung nanonood na pito.
Malamang.
So if you're watching and you're friends with Dennis and G, just say hi and then we can give you a shout out. Yeah.
Yung family namin nakaabang na sa from Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Kaya nag-message, shout out daw.
Yeah. This Yevgeny is my office mate.
Oh, I see. Oh,
This
really?
morning, yeah. This morning I told him that we're gonna go live today, and we're gonna share your story and your pathway. So he's excited. He's also an open work permit holder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and he's also studying. He's my coworker. He's also a chemist, so he is preparing for his PR application as well. So I hope this will benefit you, Yevgeny. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So how is it there in Calgary today? Kumusta?
Ah, okay yung weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's hotter now. Kanina it's around 3 degrees. Diba?
Wow. +3?
Yes! Positive 3.
Seriously?
Natatakot na ako baka sakali na by January or February, all come in.
Wow, it's not that cold here, but it's not positive either. So we're excited to get positive. But I think it's warmer. Generally, it's warmer sa Calgary than in Edmonton.
Mm.
Kasi nakukuha niyo yung warm winds.
Yung Chinook wind.
Yung Chinook muna. Kayo muna daw bago kami. Naubos na sa inyo at bago pa makarating sa amin.
Yeah.
So, yung snow dyan, generally, mas mabilis siyang mag-melt kaysa dito sa ano. Yeah. So, oh, we have more comments. So, Yevgeny say, I hope so. Yeah. If not, we will discuss tomorrow morning, Monday morning.
Special session.
Yeah, we'll have a special session to discuss. No, just kidding. Yeah. We have another one, you Wonder Chan. Welcome, Miss Mel. Oh, nakakamiss daw yung vlog. Ah, thank you. Namiss ko rin mag-vlog actually. Sobrang busy. Kaya hindi makakapagan. Pero, yeah, eventually we'll go back to the things that we love, right? When I heard about your story, like, I was following you guys, right? From the start, since you decided to come. So I know nalaman ko kay Gina she wanted to, and then she was like deciding whether Edmonton or Calgary, di ba?
Yeah.
Um, Siyempre ako naman, di naman ako makapag-decide para sa Edmonton, sa NAIT, kasi hindi naman ako nag-aral sa NAIT, di ba? I hope one of my, parang friends here who's studying in NAIT, CLT, sana maka-join siya para makapag-share siya ng konti with regards to CLT sa NAIT. Pero, yeah, then I told you, sa SAIT lang ako makakapag-comment.
Oo.
Siyempre, di ba? Yun lang ang alam ko. And I'm so glad you took it kasi talagang okay naman talaga yung program. What do you think?
Yes, actually, nag-enjoy ako lalo na sa instrumentation. Kasi ang daming, around 80% of the instruments there I've never used. So I was enjoying the gas chromatography, yung mga AES na mas high-tech kaysa sa Philippines. Nagagamit ko, hands-on. So, mas okay siya.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Medyo napapaghalata yata yung edad natin, G. Pero, but yeah, that's exactly what I said in my SOP. Di
Mhm.
ba? It's really true na we need a refresher.
Yes.
By the time nung nag-aaral pa tayo back when, ano di ba? Parang may ganun, may pen pa yung IR ko sa naman dyan.
Oh, no.
Anyway, yeah, and yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be the same for you, Dennis, if you decided to study again. Siyempre may mga bagong ano, 'di ba? Bagong updates and everything. So it's like never ending learning, right?
Hinintay niya muna ma-PR before siya mag-continue study.
That's why it's my student loan na. And my grant, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, may mga student grant, mas maraming grant para sa mga PR actually na ano. Yeah, so we have 12 watchers right now. So if you are watching, just say hi, drop comment. Where are you from? Who are you? So we'll know exactly what we'll focus in our discussion. So for example, do you want to hear more about study permit application? Do you want to hear more about provincial nomination? Do you want to hear more about express entry, or how to live um, like our lifestyle in Canada, in Alberta, in Calgary? So if you have questions, just type it in the comment section below, and we will answer. We will get to it later for sure. All of them. If you have questions, we will get to it later. And then we'll have the chance to later ask Dennis and G more about their experience. And if you have particular question or concern, remember now we are not immigration consultants, we are not immigration professionals. We are here to share our experiences, and yung first hand experience, napaka-importante nun, 'di ba? You can read everything online, you can read IRCC, and you can read bloggers or posts, but then to hear it straight from someone na meron talagang real life experience, it's different, 'di ba? Yeah. So, okay, let's start with the discussion for today. And I would like to my favorite disclaimer, just like what I said. So, inulit lang para sa mga hindi natin.
Puno tayo.
So, yeah, anything mentioned here is not considered legal advice. So, we are just sharing our experience, you guys. Okay, let's begin.
Sure.
So, yeah, we would like to ask Dennis and G to kind of share your experience and your background with us. Where are you from? Ano yung profession nyo? And what is it before Canada?
Okay. And hello, we are the Garcia family. Yan. Ito. Ayan, tapos, um, we are Dennis and G. We've been married for 14 years, and we're raising two boys, Titus and Toby. They're 10 years old and 4 years old. 4 years old ang pinaka-handful. So, pareho po kaming tubong Bataan and we lived there most of our lives. But we both studied in Manila for a time for college. Tapos then worked there for a few years after college, then transferred to Bataan sometime after we got married. So then finished electronics and communication engineering. He worked for Petron for more than 12 years. And so ako naman, I finished BS Chemistry and eventually worked for San Miguel Foods and for almost a decade yon. So those are my friends. I'm not sure if Lando is here now. So at sa kanya kung sakali.
Oh, if Lando is here, comment now.
So
Yeah, I just want to add yung experience ko before ako work sa oil and gas company. I worked in a semiconductor company for 3 years sa Makati, and then um, more than 2 years sa IT, information technology. So,
Okay.
i-define ko na NOC sa Express Entry ko ay dalawa. Ang primary NOC ko, which is Electronics Engineering, and then yung IT background, yung another NOC. So, yun.
What did you study, Dennis? Yung degree mo?
I, BS Electronics Engineering.
Oh, okay.
easy.
Electronics and Communication Engineering siya. ECE.
Oh,
Kaso iba.
kaya pala may IT, may communication, tsaka may instrumentation din.
Mm.
So, anong pinaka-recent mo before coming to Canada?
Nag-focus ako sa Instrumentation Engineering.
Oh,
I think
okay.
ito rin yung naging isang factor kung bakit pinili namin to move in Alberta. Kasi di ba famous yung oil and gas industries nandito.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I can see you work in Petron, no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Refinery.
Oh, yeah, nakikita ko yung nagko-commenta ni Abby. Kasama mo si Abby ba? Tama ba?
Yes. Nandito si Abby. Hi.
Andito kaya si Abby. Abby, magpakita ka na.
Yes. Pero sa head office siya, kami sa refinery mismo.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay. So that was your last job before coming here.
Yes, correct.
Pero that's not your main knock.
Ito rin yung main ko.
Ay,
Under
instrumentation.
siya sa electronics engineering.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I remember G last time, she was telling me, hindi ko nga alam kung sino sa amin dalawa yung mag-aaral eh. Kung sino si Dennis ba o ako.
Hindi pa sure talaga nun. Kasi
Oo.
we're just starting na mag-research pa lang nun.
Yeah, pero alam mo, there are not a lot of couple na dalawa yung options. Alam mo yun? At least for myself, hindi ganun. Kasi yung husband ko, ikaw na. Ako nagtrabaho. Ang dali lang na usapan, no? And I know some of the couples din na mga nanonood, they also have that experience. So it's really like different dynamics kasi merong mga power couple na kagaya niya, at meron ding mga couple na parang mas prefer talaga nilang mag-work, meron isa naman gustong mas mag-aral, parang ganun. So you really have to find the right balance, 'di ba? Para okay kayo, para happy kayong dalawa sa Canada, 'di ba? Hindi yung nagtuturoan kung sino yung ano, 'di ba? Pero eventually, I think you made the right choice kasi your NOC is para highly in demand in Alberta, no? Yeah. I think you have a story there. Tinabi sa akin ni G, later let's talk about that that you're hesitating to come.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, let's move on. So, instrumentation engineer ka, si G ay chemist. Tama?
Oo. Yes. Tapos QC analyst ako all my life. Kasi doon ako nag-start from since college. Tapos after graduation, after boards, yun, doon ako. Tapos after a decade, punta na kami dito. Ay, hindi ako muna ako for 4 years. Ako kami nag-decide to go here.
Oh, okay.
Ayan. So ito yung student visa application namin. Nung nag-decide kami July 2020.
Wait lang. Yeah, singit lang.
Sige, sure.
Yes, I just want to add also na before kami nag-decide dito na pumunta, before I think 2014 or 2013. May mga
Mm.
plans na rin kami. I think
Oo.
nagplan kami to migrate din sa Australia and then
Mm.
Canada. Then before nung express entry, nagsubmit na kami ng application. Wala pang express, ano yun, I think 2013,
Oo.
2014, later part of 2014.
Oo.
Kaso hindi nag-push through kasi I think na-hit ko yung occupational limit during that time. Bumalik
Mm.
lahat ng application. Paper-based pa siya during that.
Mm.
Mm.
So you really plan to migrate before?
Yes.
Oo.
Sa Canada, you mentioned Australia.
Mm.
Australia and Canada.
Ah, both. Okay, okay. Oh.
Actually I think nag-hire din kami ng ano ng consultant
For
for
Australia.
Australia. Pero hindi yan, hindi nag-push.
Oo.
Mm.
There's a time for everything talaga, di ba?
And I think malaking factor yung during the pandemic kasi during the pandemic marami ka talagang marirealize eh. Sabi nga
Mm.
nila, maraming namamagnify during lahat ng
Yeah.
Hard
fears
times.
mo, yung dreams mo,
Mm.
namamagnify siya during those times. Kaya ayun, na we decided na i-continue ulit yung dream namin to go
Mm.
here.
Mm.
Singit ko lang si Melanie. Melanie din. Hi, Melanie. Sabi niya, watching here from Singapore, an incoming seat student in May. Oh, okay. Lapit na. Just here to get inspired by their story. Though nababasa ko na din sa student pathway page yung brief story nila. So,
Yes.
yeah, kaya ako siya siningit kasi I think that's very relevant because we were always very inspired sa mga post mo, Dennis, di ba? Kasi you share your parang yung mga ano mo, analysis mo, yung thought process mo, right? That's really very helpful for everybody na nag-iisip din, probably the same boat as you or similar, alam mo yun. So, you're helping them form their parang conscious, ang tawag nito, parang talagang yung decision na talagang para sa kanila. Not just hearsay, pero from someone who is, wanting to come to Canada and probably may dalawang anak din and nasa profession mo and all those. So, yeah, I agree, Melanie. I really enjoyed reading their their post kapag nasa student pathway na Facebook page. So, thanks for commenting. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing them. Yeah. I'm sure marami ding um, applicants. Alam ko sobrang dumami yung application ng study permit nung pandemic eh. Kasi nakita nila na it's really possible to come here. Even pandemic, Canada is so welcome, di ba? Talagang nag-accept pa rin sila kahit na konti. Pero I remember last time si Grace, yung guest namin dito, yeah, they also came during pandemic. So, may guest tayo. Hello!
Say hi, Toby. Say hi.
Ayan.
Nasaan si kuya?
Si Kuya ay andun. Alam mo na, parang teenager na eh.
Okay na, hello! Sumalbat.
Mga mahihiyain na.
Mayayain. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Oh. And so, student life na, we landed. First, ako ang nag-land dito. Noong August 2021, yan, for fall intake. So, yung student visa, malawak siyang thought process. So, iba-iba. Parang ilang beses akong nag-iba ng version ng SOP ko. Nag-iba ako ng, sorry. Please. Nag-iba ako. Ang dami kong mga revisions. DIY ba, mag-agency ba, family app ba, or solo muna, yung mga ganun. Ang dami-daming kailangan isipin. So, finally, we decided na mag-DIY kasi since stay-at-home mom ako noon, I have the time to read, to research, and magbasa. Since mahilig naman din akong to read, so I can browse through IRCC, browse through blogs. I'm really thankful dun sa student pathway na group because I learned so much. So, I didn't know before na may mga ganun. So, mas madali kang i-ask questions. Then, people with experiences, because experience is a better teacher, for
Yes.
me, at
Yes,
least.
teacher.
Mhm.
So, then, we decided na family application para at least alam na namin na we can all go. Parang
Mhm.
ganun. Kahit anong mangyari, makakapunta kami dito sa Canada pare-pareho. Although in different times. Yun. Tapos, dual intent, I did dual intent because
Explain
I'm
mo muna yung ibig sabihin.
disclaimer, dual, it's not for everyone. I just put the dual intent kasi I think it will help in our application because both of our professions, we can work anywhere in the world. We can work in Canada, we can work in the Philippines. Unlike others, hindi pwede mag-dual intent kasi, for example, they want to build a business at their home. So parang hindi pwede mag-dual intent, right? Kasi you're studying here because you want to build your business in your home country. So in our case, we can do the dual intent because of that. So then we got approved for student visa. Then
Just hold on, G, sorry. So, just to clarify, ano ba yung dual intent na sinasabi mo?
dual intent is, yun yung mahirap i-explain actually. Hindi siya mas maganda kung mababasa.
Explain mo lang kung ano ibig sabihin.
For me kasi
PR.
meron siyang definition sa IRCC ko ng dual intent. Pero for me, ang dual intent ay you are saying that you are studying, you're going to Canada, and you are intending to stay here, but if you are asked na to leave the country, we can still have a home to come home to. A home country to come home to, parang gano'n. Na,
Mhm.
kasi yung iba, ang mangyayari parang lahat kasi dadalhin na nila sa Canada. So parang yung mga visa officers parang, are you still planning to go home? Parang gano'n. Kasi yung ang first mong gusto talaga is mag-aral lang dito, temporary stay, gano'n. So dual intent is going here, you can stay here if we are approved of permanent resident, but you still have a home to come home to, just in case na mapauwi ka, parang gano'n.
Mhm.
Yun.
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. So that's why it says dual, kasi you have two intentions. Your first intention is always to go back home, di ba? Kasi you want to study, you want to learn in Canada, you want to probably work in Canada to get the experience, but then you're going back home, di ba? To
Mhm.
practice your profession at home, to grow your business at home because your family is at home and all those. Pero the other intent is to, if I find it better in Canada, I would like to stay. So, parang ganun. So, it's really tricky to say that, and I think you're very smart to emphasize na your professions can bring you anywhere, right? So, and you have a stable route. Parang malalim talaga yung route niyo sa Philippines, and you can always go back, right? You
Yeah.
have enough home ties to come back to. But then again, it's not for everyone. So if you are ever intending to have an SOP na may dual intent, really establish your point
Yeah,
and explain it clearly. Yeah.
it's really not for everyone, but yeah.
I read your SOP that time. I was like, okay,
Yung
this
word
great.
mo naman, oo.
Tapang to ah. Sige.
Actually, malakas sa loob ko nun because I read Ange Vergara's SOP.
Mm, mm.
So,
Yeah.
medyo sa kanya ko siya na base yung SOP ko.
Yeah. Diba, sharing is caring nga, sabi nga nila. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Dee. And really, if you are, I always say this, that if you did your application for study permit and open work permit, you're already one step ahead of the game, because after that you have postgraduate work permit, and then you have PR application. So you have all the rest ahead of you. So if you know from the start kung ano yung sinimulan mo at tatahakin mo, it will be easier for the rest of the applications, di ba?
Mm.
So, pagka ano ka naman, but if you have money and you're not sure and you don't have time to really research, it's good to get immigration consultant, yung verified and trustworthy. Do your research. Don't just get anybody. And
True.
don't get because you're someone says na magaling sila and everything. So if they're really good, they probably have evidences na they are good. So you have to do your own research and do your due diligence before hiring any consultant. And also don't fall into the trap na know it all. Na porket nabasa mo, that's the reality, di ba? Sabi mo nga, yung Facebook group, it's really good. But it
So,
can also be really bad
yeah,
kung if you don't know how to filter information. Di
true.
ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, moving on. Thank you.
Ayun. So, after all that, yeah. So, na-approve na kami. So, ako ang unang dumating, August, kasi nung magsa-start na, so August, I'm here. So, we decided that because Dance wanted to have work pag nag-land na siya here sa Canada. So, fortunately, he got, a company hired him. So, he already has work before coming to Canada. So, they arrived in August 24. Then, at that time, quarantine pa rin.
November.
November 24.
November.
So, may quarantine pa rin, no? Lahat ng dumadating sa Canada still needs to undergo quarantine. So, the last day is December 8, 2021. Nakalaya na sila. So, that's the first day in Canada, yung real.
Okay, okay.
And so, to make the very, very long story short, so we got approved in December 8, 2022 for our PR application.
Wow, congrats. Immaculate Conception yun, December 8, di ba? Congrats. So that was how long? From December, almost a year since dumating ka, Dennis, no?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's just like a year and 3 months for you, G.
Oo.
But I think in your case, si Dennis talaga, yung application ni Dennis ang nag-trigger ng PR no, application, di ba? And
Mhm.
approval. So, but then Dennis, hindi ka makakarating kung wala si G. So, like,
So, we have our own plans now. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. So, in case na hindi mag-work ang Plan A, at least may Plan B, ganun. So, actually, dance is the Plan B nun. Pero we can discuss it later. Yun.
so challenges here. Yeah. Yeah, so that was parang that's really a good move, but it's not applicable for everyone kasi usually they want to come all together. Pero that move of making sure na meron kang trabaho before coming here. Actually, hindi ka naman kasi talaga mawawalan eh. You can stay here or you can stay longer in the Philippines. Pero I think see you want to be very sure na okay yung ano mo, yung pagdating mo, 'di ba? Especially you have 2 kids. And your work is home-based, 'di ba? Work from home.
Mm.
So you can
Since
take
nag-start ako nung last year until today, work from home pa din.
So it's the same employer until now.
Yes, same employer.
Okay.
But there are times na pupunta ako for outside for site works. But short period lang, like 2 or 3 weeks. But mostly yun nga, work from home.
Can we discuss yung application process mo sa work application process while you're outside Canada? So how did you do it?
So nag-start ako i-revise ko muna yung resume ko to Canadian format. So I ask around, I build my network. So I send messages sa mga professional with the same field of expertise dito na nandito na sa Canada. So yun, napakalaking tulong yung to build your network. Sa simula pa lang. Kasi they will not everyone will encourage you to go here. Yung iba nagdi-discourage. Kasi especially if you're in the field of engineering, sabihin nila na it's regulated here, kailangan you need to be you need to undergo certification, especially dito sa Alberta under APEGA, ganyan. So, i-ready ko daw yung sarili ko na mag-start from scratch, ganyan. So, inabsorb ko lang lahat ng advice. Then, finilter ko kung ano yung useful information na magagawa ko.
Mhm.
First, in-revamp ko yung resume ko to Canadian format. Ginawa ko lang 2 pages. Then, I also create a cover letter. Doon sa in-applyan ko na work, which is a technology company. It's a startup company dito sa
Mhm.
Calgary. Calgary-based siya. Then, I also took another level by sending a video resume to them because I heard before na um, when HR filtered yung mga nagsasubmit ng resume, sometimes they use this special software. Sometimes hindi na nagkakaroon ng chance na makita yung resume mo. So ako,
Mhm.
send ako ng video resume, gumawa ng short video. So yun, nag-work naman siya. Nagkaroon ng chance. So yun lang naman talaga ang kailangan natin eh. We need that opportunity na maipakita natin yung skills natin, yung experience natin. And then that works really well. I think more than 10 applications yung nagawa ko before I got the interview.
Mm. That's nice. Did you tailor your resume to each application?
Yes, very very useful na kailangan iyan mo siya, i-fit mo siya dun sa requirements, dun sa qualification na hinahanap ng employer.
Mhm. So that's what you're doing for the first 3 months na nasa Pilipinas ka.
Even before
Oo.
even before na ma-approve yung visa namin,
Ah,
nagre-research talaga ako kung ano yung
ah,
mga work na
Oo.
pwede sa akin, ganyan.
Wala pang approval pero nagse-search na siya ng jobs.
mahilig talaga siyang mag-search, no? Sorry,
Yes. And meron din ako nabasa na parang 70% ng jobs, na available jobs dito sa Canada, hindi nila pinopost. Parang
Mm.
you will know it from your network,
Yeah. Yeah.
from other.
Usually internal hiring muna or refer sa ganito. Ganyan din sa work namin. That's right.
So based on that scenario, kailangan mag-strategize ka kung paano ka ma-penetrate sa ganung workplace or sa ganung job market.
And sometimes those are the good jobs. Kasi
Yes.
because they didn't
You can
have to
hear from those na makakausap mo, you can hear from them kung ano experience nila sa company. Kasi yung iba, alam mo yung company, maganda siya in paper, maganda siya sa website, pero pagdating mo sa loob, hindi pala. So
Mhm.
kung nakilala ka, at least
Yeah,
you'll be able to hear from them firsthand.
that's true. That's true. That's very true. Yeah. So after that, so you sent those applications. Did a lot of them get back to you?
Hmm.
Actually, I think dalawa lang yan. Dalawang company lang yata yung nagano. Puro,
Benta na yun pag dalawa. Minsan nga walang mamamansin eh.
hmm.
'Di ba? Minsan wala talaga eh. Pero you change your address, right?
I used the address nung kakilala ko dito sa Calgary. Pati yung
Yung
phone
contact.
Phone
phone
number.
number.
Si Chi, pwede mo rin siyang gawin. Ay, yung wala pa si
Wala pa siya.
Mm. I remember during my time, nag-a-apply pa lang din ako. Pero meron akong Google spreadsheet ng mga vacancy. Sabi ko, ito, pwede ako dito. Marami akong companies na nakasulat kung sino-sino yung mga pwede kong puntahan. Parang ganyan, excited lang. Kasi we thought we can find part-time jobs and all this na related sa field. But it's really hard to get a part-time job na, especially sa field natin, G, di ba?
And our
Because
schedule.
yeah, in the schedule, I think most of the labs, chemical labs, they're working office hours, and the international student, our classes and laboratories are also working like 8 to 5, right? So it's really hard to find a job na chemistry pero part-time, right? So yeah. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your work application then.
Siguro, you tailor fit also yung LinkedIn profile mo. Kasi dito sa Canada, they use,
Important.
yeah.
Uh, Important ang LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Gamit
Yep, I got my job from LinkedIn, so it's really important.
with me. Yeah.
Diba? LinkedIn Premium na yan.
Hindi pa kami naka-premium pero siguro,
Hindi pa. Yeah, maybe you really did your resume very well. Kasi meron silang, yeah, we learned that from English class, G. Do you remember? Meron silang, yeah, so they don't, the simpler your resume, the better. You should hit the keywords.
Yes.
Don't use yung mga, kung maiiwasan ng bullets, iwasan. Kasi they scan text. At pag may format difference, minsan nagugulo. So if you can format your resume as simple as possible, format it like that. Tapos ano lang, parang may mga matching keywords and all those.
They don't even have pictures.
They don't put pictures. That's right. I think yung LinkedIn, that's a giveaway sa LinkedIn. And the video resume, that's very creative.
Yeah.
Grabe, grabe talaga.
So ano daw nilagay mo sa video resume? So,
Wala niya tayong copy eh.
Yung link ng copy.
so nag-vlog ka. Hello,
Yung resume, yung
Artemis.
content niya is more on dun din na kailangan connected din dun sa mga qualifications na hinahanap niya.
Saan, ano yung ginamit mo na ano, sa website?
In video.
In video.
Free ano.
Yeah, so everyone listen to that. So if you really want to get ahead of the game, try crafting your start doing your video resume.
Yes, maraming tutorial sa YouTube kung how to make a
Video.
effective video resume.
I guess it's sa field mo that's probably not very usual, pero kung if it's a marketing or admin and all those things, parang talagang it's rampant yung video resume. Pero that's really smart. And 'di ba? It paid off.
Yes.
So when did you start your work? If you arrived December 8, ano,
We arrived November 24,
24 plus
2021. Then
quarantine.
I started my work December 1.
Habang nasa quarantine.
Yes, so they shipped me yung mga equipment na kailangan ko, mga computer, laptop, dito sa bahay.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so it goes to show na I'm sure it's not for everybody, but it goes to show that if you exert a little bit more effort, right? You don't really have to start from scratch. I believe that too. Yeah. And if you have patience to wait, sometimes kasi yung hiring process, it takes months. And since you're not here, you're not parang obliged to work other jobs, right? Kasi wala ka naman dito eh. So you can still continue searching. But when did you resign actually sa work mo?
So, I think around October ako nagkaroon ng job offer when nasa Philippines. Then, 3 days after yata, nag-file na ako ng resignation.
Okay.
Ayan. Tapos may 1 month notice. Then, ayun, November 24. October 22 yung, November 21, 2021 yung last day ko from the...
So medyo matagal din pala. That's right.
Hello.
Hi!
Ang aming
Yun. Thank you so much for sharing. So it seems like it's a very smooth journey for you guys, right? But I believe for every journey, merong mga challenges yan. Merong alam mo yun, may adjustment and merong mga negative na nangyari. So can you share with us what are the challenges that you faced while you're new here in Canada and while you're doing your application, even maybe until
Lakas. Yeah. Oh, so here's some of the challenges that we faced living here in Canada. So first and foremost, it's the cold weather because we live in a tropical country, and the cold weather is very new to us. Although we traveled before, but it's just for a week or for 2 weeks, not here like living in the cold weather like almost 5 months na nagsisnow.
and more.
So, yung mga talagang layering lang, yun yung unang sabi sa amin, you just have to do layering. So, nakaka-adjust, and although since Calgary has Chinook winds, so it's a plus for us. So, ang next na challenge ay
Wait
sorry.
lang. I just want to add also dun sa weather. I think in addition to weather, yung humidity rin dito is a challenge to us. Kasi sobrang baba ng humidity, sobrang dry ng air.
Ito na.
I think the first month of our stay, parang most of us get itchy throat, experience itchy throat, pati yung scalp, parang broke, nagka-crack yung nose namin, ganyan. Pati yung mga balat, yung balat namin na sobrang itchy din.
Flake.
Flake, yeah. So, yung mga ganong problems, hindi naman natin pinoproblema sa Pinas before. Gusto nga natin yung humidity sa Pinas. Yung mga nakakamiss din.
Oh, dito kasi dry. So, our skin is not accustomed to the dry weather. Dry and cold weather.
Yeah, actually, if you realize yung lotion, if you brought pang lotion natin sa Pilipinas dito, it's not really that effective. So you have to buy something from here kasi it's tailored for the weather here. And I would like to add no, yung challenge nyo with cold weather. This is very true, especially sa Alberta. Because a lot of people are discouraged to go to Alberta kasi sabi nila sobrang lamig. So if you're one of them, yung mga nanonood, you can comment, it's okay, we understand. Naintindihan namin na you're very like you're concerned with the cold weather, but I'll tell you it's manageable.
Yes. Actually, we came upon two senior citizens, a very nung couple na sa McDo, kumakain kami, and they're really, sabi namin kasi yung parents namin, they don't want to go to visit us here because of the cold weather. Tapos sabi nila, no, basta ano lang, layering lang, ganyan. As long as your clothes are okay, you can stand the cold weather, ganyan. So, yun. Kasi sabi namin,
How about your kids? Are they loving the weather or?
no. Actually, mas sabi nga nila, mas madaling maka-adjust ng kids because first of all, they're warmer than the adults. Then they're enjoying the snow very
I'm
much.
sure.
Yeah. So mas nakaka-adjust sila readily than the adults.
I think it's exciting for them to have like summer and winter, right? So they can play in a different environment, right? So if we can learn how the kids cope, we can, we'll be okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And meron naman talagang heater sa bahay. Meron naman heater sa sasakyan. Kayo maninigas sa lamig. So,
Heater naman, tsaka yun. Yeah.
oh, Yevgeny said, actually, it's not so bad. Yeah, every morning we'll look at, Yevgeny and I will look at the window. We'll see, oh, it's snowing again. Like,
Ganda siya pag nasa house lang yun.
yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, right? We are in North America. So, but I think we should learn to appreciate the snow and the cold weather because in that way, we become excited when summer comes, right?
Yeah.
At least excited ang lahat sa summer. Kasi,
Spring,
diba,
summer.
nilamig tayo eh. Tapos after nun, summer. Yeah, thank you. And moving on.
Moving on. The second that we faced is sorry. Ayan, homesickness. I think most, if not all, Filipinos will eventually experience homesickness. Although ako, not so much because there's technology right now, di ba? Parang may Facebook, bulabugin ko lang yung parents ko every now and then, kahit na minsan 2 a.m. pala doon, yung mga ganun. Tapos, so I can still talk to them. Yes, si Bao. Ayan. Actually, the one you can see sa picture ko is si toy ng youngest ko. That's how I cope. I took one of his toys, si Bao. Ayan, hello Bao. I took one of his toys, tapos dinala ko siya sa Canada kasi nauna ako, di ba? So, ayun. Every hindi sa school pero the rest, like siya dala. Ayun, it reminds me of my family, ganyan. So, ayun. Tapos si Dance, he cope like he's joining groups. And kasi siya, like niya yung outdoors. Ayun. So, like niya yung outdoors. So, pumunta siya sa mga hiking, sa mga biking, ganyan. Yun. Lalo na pag summer. Sorry, wait. Tama na daw.
Yeah,
That's part of
outside
being a
po.
mom. That's okay.
So, wala yung lighting.
Ganun talaga pagkakasama mo yung anak.
Oh, imagine when I started my work last year. So during my meetings, yan may mga ganyang interruption. So nag-apologize na lang ako. But the Canadians understand. So I'm very thankful na naintindihan nila working from home, just taking care of the children.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's right.
So yung nabanggit ni G about homesickness, so yung before pa din kami mag-move dito, I tried to connect with other groups na nakikita ko sa social media. Like yung Pinoy Outdoorsy Group or yung Pinoy Canada Calgary, mga biking group, like that. So, I imagine na yung mga nagagawa kong hobbies sa Philippines, maybe there's a chance na magawa ko rin siya dito sa Calgary. It took time, hindi siya agad-agad. Siguro 5 or 6 months before ako naka-meet ng mga groups like playing basketball with them, mga Filipino here. But yeah, isa siguro sa mga tip na before kayo pumunta, try to connect also as much as you can sa mga nandito na, sa mga Filipinos na nandito na. And they, ang nakakatawa is they are more than willing to help you, to share you. Last year when we arrived here, one of this group organized na mag-collect ng mga used clothings like jacket for winter. Then binigyan kami ng mga, and even since magki-Christmas na noon, ang dami naming Christmas gifts na na-receive. Sabi namin sobrang grateful kami and overwhelming na merong mga ganitong Filipino na nandito na. I think they stayed here more than 10 years na rin. And yeah, they're willing to give back dun sa mga newcomers na nandito. So yun.
That's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Mhm.
Yes.
So, are you better now? Are you feeling better or still homesick?
Homesick siguro pa, ano lang, intermittent, pa paminsan-minsan.
Pasko mostly. Kasi
That's
iba
that's
Pasko
good.
sa Pilipinas eh.
Yes.
Makakabili ka ng puto bongbong masansa. Yun talaga yung issue ko eh. Hindi pa rin ako nakakain ng masarap na puto bongbong dito.
Ayun pala, isang naging coping mechanism ko dito is yung na-discover ko yung pagluluto. So, I
Ayan.
eat cooking. So, sa Pinas, hindi ako nagluluto mostly.
Oh, really?
Nag-iisip lang ako ng mga masasarap na pagkain. Pero, pag nandito ka na, syempre, wala ka ng someone to rely on eh. Kung kakain ka naman sa labas, sobrang mahal. So, ayun, um, looking for ano lang,
Nag-search uli siya.
different recipes. Tapos try and try. And then yun.
Buti na lang masarap.
Ang sarap, G, no? Gaantay ka na lang ng kakainin. Parang parehas tayo, G. Yung husband ko, ang hilig-hilig niya rin magluto. Tapos ang hilig niya kumain ng masarap. Kaya siya nagluluto.
Ayan, o. Yun din.
Pero syempre, support na lang tayo sa, ano, di ba? Sa clean up.
Hanggang tagahugas.
Clean up process. That's right. Yeah, so we have different ways of coping with homesickness. That's right. So I'm glad you found yours.
And so, moving on ulit. Ayan. So, ang
Ay, sorry.
next is, nakita niyo naman kanina, childcare. So,
Sunshine.
it's every family's talagang dilemma na how do we take care of our children while one is studying, while one is working. Ang hirap. Yun yung, although it's a blessing for us na Dance is working from home so he can look after Toby because he's just 3 years old then. So, wala pa siyang school. Yung panganay kasi namin, Titus is already 10, so he's going to school na. And then, since malapit dito yung bus stop, na nahahatid-hatid. Ganyan. But for Toby, it's a different matter kasi nga, he's staying here. Then, by June of last year, I think Dance has to go to a business trip 3 weeks. three
Mm.
weeks wala siya dito. And I'm also going sa work because it's summer. I have to go to work, summer job. So, hindi namin alam kung sino magte-take care of Toby. So, we decided na i-dalhin siya sa day home. So, I searched for a day home here near the area. And the cost for, yun, yung cost, yun yung mabigat. So, the cost is for temporary residents, around 590. It
Okay.
differs. It's actually 800 pala, 890. Pero may grant ang government na $300. So it went down
Mm.
to 590.
Per
Yun yung
month.
yeah, per month. So yun ang binabayaran. Mabigat siya.
Yeah.
We don't have a choice. Kaya we really have to someone to take care of Toby. So yun, we found a Filipino day home, which is a plus. So we can communicate with the yung mga nagte-take care sa kanya, ganyan. And there's only 6 kids sa isang day home. So it's matitingnan talaga yung mga bata. And after that, when Dance came home after 3 weeks, I think parang na-decide namin na we think it's better for Toby to continue the day home. Yeah, so
Mm.
si Dance, after na, kasi ang hirap eh. And nakita mo naman, di ba, nung nakikipag-meeting siya, tapos biglang magta-tantrums yung bunso namin. Tapos parang kahit pa paano nakakahiya din. Yun. So, nag-decide kami na continue yung day home niya para at least maka-focus siya din sa work. Tapos ako sa school. Yun. Ayan.
Mhm.
Nga lang, that the reality is you have to pay. You have to pay. Then, at least, at tapos nagtataas pa siya, inflation much. So, ngayon,
Mhm.
January, I think 600 na siya. 600. Although, maliit lang naman yung mga itinataas. Pero, mabigat pa rin siya sa bulsa.
May
Yun.
subsidy.
So, is it cheaper now that you're permanent residents?
Mababawasan pa siya ng 200 plus, almost 300. So, ano siya, tawag doon, mataas na, tawag doon, sorry. Maka, makakasave kami. Yun.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So at least that like cut in half almost, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. That's really good. At least he gets to play with other kids as well, right?
Yeah, social interactions. Yun. Kasi dito sa house, mag-isa lang siya. Gusto niya ng kalaro. Walang makalaro kasi dad has to work. Tapos,
Mm-hmm.
Kuya nasa school.
oh,
Yes, it's cool.
so parang nakakaawa din. Yun.
Yeah.
Pero kung yung other couples naman, since they can do shifts, yun yung ginagawa nila. Yung
Mhm.
whatever works for us. All we need to do is plan. Syempre dapat mag-agree ang couple kung what is the best care for their children. Yun.
That's at the end of the day, it's your decision. It's the life of your kid that matters, right? So, and you came to Canada for their future, so
Yeah.
might as
Yes.
well start from there.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I'm sure may mga ibang nanonood dyan sa atin that who are in the same boat, who needs to take care of their kids while the one is working and one is studying. So if you can share any tips for our audience today, we would love to read it later as well. Just comment it in the comment section below. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yan. And
Moving on, and do we have any more after this?
just one more
Oh,
is,
Yes.
ayun, nabanggit naman na din ni Dennis before, yung health. Yung first time dito, parang yun nga, nagkaroon ng problem sa skin namin, naging flaky, ganyan. Pero eventually, naka-adjust naman kami. Then, every change of weather, nagkakasakit kami. Cough, cold. Tapos, since the kids are going to school, going to day home, pagdating nila dito, mahahawa din kami. Tapos, yun. So, parang, we're I don't know, are we building immune? Kasi hindi namin kilala, our bodies hindi kilala ang mga sakit dito sa Canada, gano'n. So, siguro parang ngayon pa lang naapektuhan kami, parang gano'n. So, lagi
Mhm.
kami may sakit and lagi sa katalalamunan, gano'n, ayun. Although,
But you have Alberta Health and you have benefits sa work, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very important na it's while it's true na libre ang healthcare sa Alberta, it's still important to take care of your health kasi
Mm.
pag dumating yung panahon na halos lahat may sakit, it's hard to go to the hospital, 'di ba? Ang daming tao sa hospital, especially for the kids. No, merong scarcity ng medicine ngayon sa para
Yes.
sa kids. So, yeah. And take lots of water and vitamins.
Mm.
Yeah. Meron ding libreng flu shot if you're that kind of person who takes the flu shot. So
Yeah.
that's all part of it. Yeah. Massage.
Yes. Yes.
So gamitin ang mga benefits. Ayun. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so if you have lost all of these challenges and you can relate to Dennis and G, let us know in the comment section. We can discuss more about it. But that's really true. Everywhere you go, if it's new, you have to cope up, and all these things are very common for everyone. And I think I experienced them all as well, except lang sa childcare.
In the
Wala pang
future.
care. Okay, so what about the things that you love? Let's go on a positive note here. The things that you love in Canada and in Calgary, let's say.
And although yung cold weather, ang hirap mag-adjust sa cold weather, we really like the weather here in terms of kasi sa Pilipinas, paglabas mo para kang sinisilyaban lagi eh, lalo na pag tag-init.
Humid.
Oo, dito ang sarap maglakad sa labas. Parang ano lang, Korean gano'n.
Free air.
Oo, fresh air tapos ang linis-linis ng air lalo na kaya ang sarap na go to walks every corner there's a park yung mga ganun parang sa amin you have to go to Baguio to experience that kind of freshness ganun tapos um madaming activities na napupunta yun sila dahil nag-hike yung what I mentioned earlier nag-hike sila tapos nag-bike tapos just right outside of our window yan, yung mga trees. So, parang ang ganda-ganda ng colors, even, lalo na sa fall. Ayun, that's what we love sa kasi nature people din kami. So, ayun, na-enjoy namin yun.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I love fall too. That's my favorite season.
Yeah. Also, we've been doing this outdoor activities. We're going mostly sa Banff, like
Mm.
Kananaskis, kahit wala pa kaming car.
Nakikiride lang kami.
Minamaximize lang namin yung connection with other people. Nakikihitch lang.
And so, the next thing we love is school and work environment. So, grabe talaga nung sa SAY, kasi it's for us, 'di ba, second time around na mag-learn sa college. Tapos parang ibang-iba ang environment dito, ang school environment dito, and hindi nakakahiyang magtanong. Tapos parang engaged talaga yung mga professors for you to learn. Tapos they don't want you to be stressed. Although nakaka-stress naman talaga yung subject na
They don't need to say it, but it's just there.
pero the learning experience here is so much different than what I na-experience ko before. Tapos yung mga classmates namin, they don't discriminate. If you can see, actually hindi makikita kasi naka-mask. Tapos mga naka-lab coats. So it's a diverse multicultural, tapos hindi sila discriminate, which is I really, really like. Kasi di ba, parang nasa ibang bansa ka na, tapos dinidiscriminate ka pa habang nag-aaral, di ba, parang nakaka-add yun sa stress. So, it's really wonderful that, they are very accommodating. Ayun. Tapos, hey, shout out to Gab, to Rick, and to Ben, my friends, siya kasi
Hi,
Anne.
Gab.
So, they're my friends. They're Pinoy din. They're the Filipino friends na kasama ko sa course. Tapos, and in the workplace, ibang-iba, which is Den's experience naman, di ba, um, sinasabi niya pa na parang too good to be true.
Yes.
Yung kanilang mga treatment sa kanya. So, kwento mo yung
Yeah, in terms of sa work, for the past 1 year, I never experienced yung discrimination sa work. Parang they really respect yung kung what you really bring to the company, to the group. And yung supervisor ko is very supportive of me. Especially yung nung nabanggit ko sa kanya yung I'm applying for permanent residency. So, parang siya pa yung na-excite na ano ba yung kailangan niyang gawin, ano ang kailangan niya i-provide to help me na makuha yung PR the soonest I can. So, he's really supportive. So, I think lahat ng yung mga kailangan ko like yung employment letter, job offer, employer information na provide sa akin I think within 2 or 3 days agad. So hindi naging ano siya, hindi siya naging hindrance para mag-impede dun sa application namin. And until now, sobrang supportive pa rin ng company and yung supervisor ko kasi before pati yung driving license ko certification they shouldered pati yung
Wow.
driving lesson lahat.
Yeah.
So kaya nag full driving lesson ako kasi minaksimized ko na. And yung other international certification na kailangan kong i-renew, they also supporting. Especially yung right now pinipressure nila ako makuha yung professional engineering certification, yung PEng from APEGA. So kasi most of my senior colleagues move up na to other companies. So they rely on me na mag level up, take a more senior position na mag-stamp ng mga documents. So ayun, I'm very grateful lang dun sa company ko ngayon.
Oh, ako
Nice.
din na-experience ko na sabi nila sa akin, or this product needs to be analyzed. Ano, parang urgent. Sabi nila urgent. So, ako, nung back in the Philippines, pag sinabing urgent, drop everything. Analyze mo na to now na even you're doing something else, ganun. Parang, you have to do this now. Tapos, nung nangyari nun, sinabi nila sa akin na, you have to analyze this, but you have to eat first. Sabi niya, you have to eat, tapos kailangan mo nagpahinga before mo ito gawin. So parang ako, is this real?
Is this urgent?
Very friendly nila. Parang nung one time na I'm eating alone, kasi mostly I like to eat alone kasi nga I have my own schedule sa lab. 'Di ba ang hirap mag-timing sa lab mga analysis. So one time I eat alone, tas napansin ako ng isang kasama ko, you shouldn't eat alone. Pwedeng kita samahan, parang ganun. Parang ang friendly nila, which is hindi ko alam if it's like that for every company or nasortehan lang namin na makapunta sa ganong companies. But it's so much different from the Philippines. Ganon.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you have positive experiences sa work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the early part of my work also, parang naging challenge sa akin yung language. Especially yung accent nila. So
Mm.
it's hard to cope or maintindihan sila at one na ganun kabilis. So ayun, tingin ko nakatulong din yung yung self-pip preparation namin kasi marami kang from YouTube yung may mga tutorial din na they are they are showing yung kung paano yung Canadian language.
Yeah.
So I think sa mga nagpaplano pumunta dito na plano ng to take language assessment, I think it's better to take yung CELPIP compared to IELTS. First of all, based on our experience, yung CELPIP kasi parang mas generous sila to give
Sa
a
scores, yes.
higher score compared
Oo.
sa IELTS.
Naka-perfect kasi siya sa isang category
Of
kaya
course, diba? Let's talk about yourself later. Like
Uh,
how you prepare and yeah.
and select CELPIP not because for the sake of taking a language assessment exam, but kasi magagamit mo siya dito talaga for ano talaga siya for Canada talaga siya. Unlike yung ibang language test na mostly international English. Dito yung CELPIP kasi Canadian English
That's
talaga.
yeah, Canadian English language. Yeah.
Not just for the sake of exam but for magagamit mo na in the future for communication sa workplace and your other peers or yung mga future friends mo dito sa Canada.
That's right.
Thanks.
Thank you. The next
Although na oo, although na marami talagang what we love about Canada, pero hindi talaga kasi magkakasya dito sa sa ating session. So,
That's
uh,
okay. Thanks for sharing anyway. That's good.
so overall, so here in Canada, we love, although it's not actually love, but what we need is the independence of growth as a family, as a person. Because dito, talagang lalo kaming couple na kami na lang dito ang talagang magsusuporta sa isa't isa. So we grow closer to each other. Ganyan. Tapos wala na rin kami ibang family na before na kasama dito. So parang sino magluluto? Parang ganyan. Parang kami na din, gano'n. Sino mag-aalaga ng mga bata? Kami din. So we we can plan. Parang nag-enhance ang planning namin, yung kung how do we go through life, ganyan, yung mga haka-haka sa buhay, mga naisip, ganyan. So, yeah, yun.
Yeah, that's true. Sabi nga nila, if you're here and you're a couple, alam mo yun, you don't need to fight kasi kayong dalawa na nga lang magkakampi. So, parang kahit gusto niyo mag-away, wag na lang kasi parang magkakampi. Aawayin ko pa ba? So,
Oo.
that's really, and you have to think about your kids as well, right? So, you're not deciding for your own, you're deciding as a family, so you grow as a family as well. Right? Thank you. So thank you so much sa pag-share ng challenges and what you love about Canada. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more and as you go, you will learn. I'm so excited pag nakabili na kayo ng bahay kasi it's another stage. I remember when we haven't, when we were renting and then after that, bumili kami ng bahay. So it's a whole new ball game kasi ang dami ng decisions na involved. So when you get there, I'll ask you again. Yeah, so those things are really very helpful for everyone, and I'm glad that you were able to share. But we're also very curious sa PR pathway niyo. So how did you do it? How did you become permanent residents in 1 year time? Technically 1 year, 3 months, and 1 year for Dennis, right? So there are lots of pathways out there. Merong provincial nominee, express entry, merong other entrepreneurial scheme. And they have different programs sa bawat provinces, right? So, and you mentioned a while ago na you chose Alberta because it's kind of aligned to your profession, right, Dennis?
Yes.
And I don't know, do you have relatives here?
No.
We don't
None.
pero mga former colleagues mostly nandito din.
Oo. Tsaka less tax.
And oil and tax. Yeah, I think I remember you saying yung dati may mga videos ako about this and that. So you compare and you are like ganyan. So we were exchanging thoughts kung saan ka ba talaga. But did you ever consider going in another province?
Actually,
Hindi
parang
na.
hindi na eh.
Just Alberta, whether Edmonton or Calgary, right?
Oo.
O, di ba? I think you made the right choice. Bias to eh, kasi
Oo nga, taga dito.
No, I mean, right? We are provincial nominees, so what can we say?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, would you like to share with us what pathway did it make possible? You made your permanent residency possible.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so nakikita niyo sa screen, it's we are use this Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. So it's a provincial nomination program from Alberta. Before iba pa yung name niya, I think it's AINP.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Alberta.
AINP, Alberta Immigration Nominee, Immigrant Nominee Program.
So I'm not sure kung kailan nag-transition to AAIP. So I think may rin siyang katunog na program din from
AIPP.
Atlantic Immigration Program, right? AIPP.
I was confused. Sabi ko, bakit nila binago? Parang hirap ng alalahan.
Program, yeah. But this one is AAIP. So
AIP.
initially ang nabanggit ni Jay yung mga plans namin for PR. Yung pala important, very important din sa mga nakikinig ngayon na doing the student pathway na yung yung journey na kasi marami akong nakikita sa social media na after their student visa was approved, parang tuwan-tuwa na sila na almost akala nila yun na yung end goal. But I think that's only the start. Dapat mag-plan din sila for PR pathway na tatahakin nila. Kasi mostly din ang mga nakakausap ko na nandito na as a student and with OWP. So um, most of them hindi sila aware dun sa PR pathway na after ng program nila. So sometimes I ask them kung may express entry na ba sila or may ano ba yung CRS nila, comprehensive ranking score. Sabi nila sa ano yung CRS? Parang ganun. Parang nandito sila student and OWP working. Parang ang sink in sa kanila na pathway is matapos yung program ng student, and then they will get PGWP, yung postgraduate work permit, and then from then sa kanila planuhin yung PR. So ang tip lang namin kaya nyo sinama yung OWP nyo for those students. I-maximize nyo yung mga opportunity for OWPs kasi maraming pathway na pwede siyang kuhanin. Like us, we are fortunate na nag-open yung yung accelerated tech pathway. Alam ko mayroon ng tech pathway din before for Alberta. But this last year, just 2022, they opened this accelerated. So sobrang bilis ng nomination. Before I'm reading also this about tech pathway, pero yung accelerated tech pathway based on my based on my experience, pag pinakita ko yung PR timeline namin, sobrang bilis talaga niya. Sobrang I think it is one way of Alberta to cope up with para ma-acquire nila yung mga best talent or best skills na ma-augment yung pangangailangan nila for their economy.
Yeah, that's their way of filling up the shortage of skilled workers. So where does your pathway fall in yung bigger umbrella ng Alberta PNP?
Yeah, so I'm gonna show you yung program streams ng Alberta. So basically, it is divided into two major streams, so worker and entrepreneurs. So mag-focus lang tayo sa workers kasi yung entrepreneurs, I think yung mga limited lang yung nakaka-avail yan, yung may mga means to invest here sa Alberta. So sa under workers stream, so meron kang Alberta Opportunity, yung rural renewal stream, and then yung Alberta Express Entry. So meron siyang tatlo. Yung AOS, yung Alberta Opportunity Stream, I think mga qualified dito yung who are living and working here in Alberta na mayroong job offer. Then they are working for I think at least 1 year na dito sa Alberta. Then yung mga rural renewal, I think ito yung mga merong mga job offer naman sa rural areas dito sa nakabuli yung rural Alberta, mga rural areas dito sa Alberta. And then ito yung ang tinake namin na program stream. I think this is also our original plan before, yung Alberta Express Entry. So under ng Alberta Express Entry, okay, flash ko lang yung mga entrepreneurs. Hindi na mag-elaborate dito sa entrepreneurs.
But at least everyone, at least the viewers know there's another pathway.
Stream.
Yeah.
But mostly ang requirement dyan sa entrepreneurs, meron kang means or resources to invest here. Yeah. Rural entrepreneur, graduate, even farm. Kung meron kang mga experienced farmer na gustong bumili ng mga farm dito or start a farming business dito sa Alberta. Okay. So let me go back dun sa stream namin, yung Alberta Express Entry. So meron under that Alberta Express Entry, meron siyang general Alberta Express Entry, and then yung accelerated tech pathway. So kami since we're fortunate na yung job ko falls under dun sa mga job or list ng jobs na under tech pathway. So we take that
Just let me add na si Dance nakita lang nito sobrang bago lang siya.
Mm-mm.
So, I'm very fortunate kasi lagi nga siya nagse-search on
Mm-mm.
lagi nagbabasa sa IRCC. So, he came upon this na very fortunate naman for us. Yun. Kasi, di ba, lagi nag-iiba yung IRCC, may bago, ganun. So,
Yes.
kung katulad last year pa o last year yung TR to PR, sa mga ganong mga pathways, just always update yourself sa IRCC website. Ayun, yung mga pathways na pwede tayo maging PR agad na mas mabilis than we are intent to. Ayun.
Mm.
Yeah, I just want to add. So, dito sa workers, under workers, yung Alberta Opportunity Stream. Yeah, so Melanie Lim was asking for the only those who are under PGD. So, they I'm not sure if only those, but I'm sure PGWP who studied in Alberta and who are working in the same field ng pinag-aralan nila. So, they are eligible for AOS. So if for example, G, if she's studying chemical lab tech and then she work in chemical lab, she needs to work for 6 months and then she can apply to Alberta Opportunity Stream. But take note that AOS is not under express entry. So before they said it's paper based, so mabagal. But actually now it's not paper based, but it's still slower compared to express entry because it's not streamlined like express entry. So before they made the accelerated tech pathway, they only have the Alberta Express Entry, which I got nung time ko. So nung time ko bago lang din siya nung panahon namin yung kukuha ang Alberta sa pool ng Express Entry to nominate. Before they don't do that. Before they just accept nomination by paper to become provincial nominee. So every time they're making new pathways for newcomers to become permanent residency. So it's really important that you're always aware with the new development and new updates.
Yes.
Just like them. Yeah.
Okay. So, gonna move on. Yan. So, I'll be discussing more on dun sa stream na tinake namin, which is the accelerated tech pathway. Yan. So, first, yung requirements, how to be invited. First thing, yan. Ang pinaka-importante, you have an active express entry profile na nasa federal e-pool na kailangan minimum score mo is 300. So when we learn about this tech pathway, so wala pa kaming language assessment exam. So nagmadali kami to prepare to get para maka-create ng ng express entry profile.
But you already have your ECA by the time.
Yes, 2014 meron na kami. Before, just like I mentioned na nung first attempt namin to apply to migrate here.
Okay.
Yan. So next, ayan. So next requirement, kailangan meron kang full-time na work in Alberta or job offer for full-time employment. So minimum of 30 hours per week.
I just want to add something in number one, no, Dennis.
Okay.
So if you make an express entry profile sa federal EE pool, you
Hmm.
have to choose Alberta as your province of interest.
Yes.
So sa first part ng EE creation, it will ask you which provinces are you interested in. If you pick all provinces or you pick Alberta, then you're okay. Kasi they're parang you are disclosing your profile to the provinces that you are interested in. So if you didn't choose Alberta, then they won't see your profile. They're not like there's no way for you to be nominated if you're not interested in that province. So if I were you, I will choose all provinces. And then choose Alberta. I'm yeah. So you have
In our case, Alberta lang. Alberta lang yung sinelect namin.
Kasi
talaga.
we really intend to live here. No, parang siya yung topmost priority, ganyan. So,
grabe talaga sila,
anong pool meron ng Alberta for us?
Kung hindi Alberta, wag na lang,
Siguro, it's really fortunate for us na nakakapili pa kami.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, kasi pag nagiging desperate ka na, doon lumalawak na yung ano mo eh, yung gusto mong piliin eh, gano'n. So,
Yeah.
ayun. So, really blessed for that na napipili pa namin yung Alberta as our home, gano'n.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's right. So number two, you should have a full-time employment base in Alberta as well. So you should have a legit Alberta employer.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, in full-time. Okay.
Ayan, so under dun sa number 2 na requirements, kailangan yung job offer mo is nag-fall dun sa list of eligible tech pathway occupations.
So yung knock code mo, right?
Yes,
Dapat nandun sa
so may list dun sa Alberta website kung ano yung mga NOC jobs na valid or under dito sa tech pathway.
and aside from the list, there's also a list of occupations. There's also a list of employers, right?
Yes, so
Codes for
they
employers.
have this NICS, North American Industry Classification System Code. So not only yung job mo yung kailangan pasok dun sa NOC, but yung employer mo din. So in my case, when I requested for my employer information letter, pinaspecify ko talaga sa HR namin yung code dun sa letter para ano na siya, discrete na parang kita na siya agad na hindi naisipin nung kung sino mag-evaluate kung anong code under yung company.
Hindi na sila manghuhula. Ano?
Diba? Ikaw na magsabi sa kanila kung anong code and everything. Let them explain it to them, then they're probably more willing to help you, right?
Yes. Actually,
So,
that's what I did. I suggested yung code to our HR, and then yeah, nag-agree naman siya. So okay yung kinalabasan.
yeah. So I share it in the comment section if you're looking. You can go to comment section and then I pasted the links for the codes and the Nike codes. But we're also gonna go through them right now. If you can share with us, Dennis, then yung
Okay.
yeah. So we will quickly look into the occupations that are eligible for tech pathway. Malay mo, di ba, nandiyan yung occupation mo.
No.
Yes.
In case you're watching and then you see your occupation there, you know what to do. Huh? Contact Dennis. I'm just kidding. You know what to do. Okay, let's look at it straight from Alberta website. So para walang disclaimer.
Yes.
Diretso na.
Yes, this is from the Alberta website. But this one is the more updated list.
Yeah.
I think they're using the TER codes
Yung
here.
bago na.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm,
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better.
okay.
Okay, so let's see sino ba unang candidate? Okay, let's
And
let's
we
see.
Senior
have
managers.
senior managers for those field, financial communication and business services,
Yep.
HR managers, advertising, marketing and public relation manager, telecom career manager,
Also, pwede yung mga managers sa call center, I think. If for example, if you go to this knock code and then you search for this number and then check the job description, if you are like a manager in some call centers and if you are an HR professional, so go find that knock code and then go to to the website, to Canada website, and check the job description. If it matches your job description, alam mo na, Alberta ka na.
yeah,
Apply ka na dito, sabay ka na. No, and then you will be eligible for the tech pathway, right? So
yes.
moving on.
So tayo na hinto. HR, recruitment
Mhm.
officer, engineering managers, architecture and science managers, and computer and information system managers.
So these are mostly IT, right? Sa
So,
computer information.
Yes.
Oh, I know quite a few friends na pwedeng i-recommend.
Yes. Yan, data scientist, cybersecurity, business system specialist. Yan. Information IT pa rin to web designer, data.
Wow, tignan mo naman yung mga IT dyan, no? I mean, Like before, they said if you're IT, go to BC or Ontario, right? We always hear that if you're IT professional, try nyo sa BC at sa Ontario kasi they're more accommodating there pagdating sa IT. So this is like Alberta's version of accommodating IT professionals, right? So if you're IT and you wanted to come to Canada and you have a job that is related to all this, code, try your luck, right? I mean, try it in Alberta, apply to which website did you use, Dennis? LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Indeed, yung mga ganyan.
Yeah,
So,
yung dalawang website na yun, LinkedIn and Indeed.
yeah, apply and maybe an employer will find you and hire you, right? Or if you have a wife like G, pag-aralin nyo, tapos punta kayo ng US, maghanap ng trabaho. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else.
Yeah, take note lang yung student pathway, di siya uh, murang pathway.
Oo.
So you have
We'll
to
get we'll get to that.
prepare your resources.
Oo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Ipon.
Yeah, mostly yung remaining NOC here, more on computer and IT, information system.
Sciences. Yeah.
Technicians.
Yeah, we also have mechanical engineering, industrial engineering.
That's nice.
Medical lab.
Ito na yung bagong NOC code ko.
Okay.
Electrical and electronics. Ah, no. No, hindi pala.
Isa pa, ayun,
Engineers pala.
213.
Ay, ito pala. 21310. Yan.
Ayan, si Diane, she's asking kung anong knock code niyo daw po.
Ayan, sakto.
To,
Ito yung bagong,
Yan.
based on the recent NOC code to. Pero yung before na NOC, yung 2016 version, it's 2133.
Yeah,
Not
2133. So guys, if you want to follow along, you can go to comment section and click this link. This link will bring you to that website, the one that we're looking at. Yeah. Okay, then there are other medical technologies, especially right now. I think they're in demand everywhere in the world because they're really, needed. Yeah, producers, directors.
Lab, business development officers,
Manager.
motion pictures, broadcasting, and performing arts.
Mga artista. Pwede pala yung mga artista.
Graphic designers and
O yung
illustrators.
sister ni G. Pwede dito. We're listening now.
BB.
Corporate sales manager, electrician, pero may exception siya. Industrial system, industrial, and cable service. Yan. I think
Yeah.
that's the last
I don't think this list is set in stone. So every now and then, Alberta will change their, requirements. So watch out for a new version of this tech pathway, and your knock code might be included.
Yes. So this list is as of November 16, 2022.
Yeah, very recent. So most probably it's gonna stay for a while. So what about the companies?
Okay, so for the companies, yes.
Yeah, so guys, if you want to follow along sa companies, here is the link. It's also in the comment section.
Okay, so one page lang pala to. So mostly from electric power generation, basic chemical manufacturing, pharma and medicine manufacturing, commercial service industry, machine, computer and peripheral equipment manufacturing, communication equipment, audio and video.
Yeah, so it's really tech, right? So mostly communications or pharmaceutical and chemical. So which night code is for your
Sa akin is more on engineering services yun eh. 5-1.
Communications.
5413? Architectural engineering and related services.
Yeah, I think that's the next code. Yeah, 541.
So what did you do? You created, or your employer created a letter that their company belongs to this code and you are employed under this knock?
Yeah, I asked our HR personal that if the company is under this NICS code, and I explained to them na kailangan elaborate yung information na to when they declared yung employer information letter. And they agreed naman, and then they signed the letter. So basically, ginawa nila initially yung draft, tapos nag-provide lang ako ng several inputs, and then they finalized the letter.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, guys, so you have the list of the knock codes and you have the list of the Nikes code. So please do your own research and make sure that you check all the possibilities. Maybe you don't know that there is a possibility for you to be qualified in tech pathway, and we
Yes.
will see how fast it is later when we
Yes.
go to
Very
our
fast.
your timeline.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's
Okay,
move on
back
to
uh,
to the presentation.
requirements.
Yep.
Stop sharing. Screen. So, okay. And so so we have those lists. And so next requirement is very important to, yung primary occupation na declare mo sa Express Entry profile should be the same occupation ng current offer mo or yung job employment mo dito sa Alberta.
Mhm.
So ang dinefine ko na NOC, ng primary NOC ko sa Express Entry is yung same 2133 Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So actually dalawa yung NOC na na-define ko sa EE kasi meron akong IT background. Pero yung
Mm.
primary NOC ko is yung Electronics Engineering. Actually nagkaroon ako ng dilemma nung defining ng NOC. Kasi yung engineering is a regulated profession dito. Actually, nabanggit din ito nung na-brought up to ng HR namin kasi yun nga, regulated siya, kailangan meron kang professional engineering certification. But upon reading or research, when you define your NOC, it's more on your job duties and responsibilities, not on your employment title or your
Mm.
position.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's not really the position doesn't matter much. What
Yes,
matters is the main duties at saka yung job description dun sa no,
correct.
dapat mahihit mo siya. Oo, tama.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah, right now yung position ko dun sa job ko is a technologist. So hindi siya engineer pa kasi yun nga kailangan ko magpa-certify to get my PH. But most of my yung mga duties and responsibilities ko are aligned with those engineering duties na naka-define dun sa NOC.
Mm-mm.
So isang tip din pag naggawa kayo ng reference letter na dinidefine yung mga duties and responsibilities nyo. Um, Take a look yung list no nandun sa NOC website. So as much as possible, i-try nyo i-align lahat ng definition, how to define your specific job responsibilities and duties.
That's right. Yeah. So, paano nangyari din is, so you have an express entry profile, so you are employed. So, how did you apply to the
Yeah.
tech pathway?
So, nag-create ako ng Express Entry profile di ba, banggit din naman sa timeline, just last year, March. Then after I created the same day, nag-fill up ako ng form dun sa Alberta website. May fill up ako ng form dun to parang expression of interest mo for that accelerated tech pathway. So ano lang
Mm-hmm.
siya, fill upan mo lang yung form, wala ka pang isa-submit ng mga documents. Just think ko para ma-screen nila kung eligible ka or qualified ka dun sa mga requirements na mention nila.
Okay, so we'll get to that later, right?
Yeah. Sobrang bilis kasi on the same day may reply na agad. Ganun sila kabilis.
Hindi sila
Sobrang
busy.
accelerate.
Ayan. So there you have it. Yan yung mga requirement dun sa tech pathway. And then we have the next one.
Okay, so ito more on the after nag-fill up ako ng form to express my interest doon sa tech pathway. Then they replied, and then they asked me to submit this list of documents.
Mhm.
So, we'll go through about it. Yan, kailangan nyo lang mayroon kayong valid passports, yung work permit nyo, and then, yan, very important, yung language assessment test. So, since isa sa mga requirement is yung kailangan meron kang express entry profile, and then sa EE profile kasi kailangan meron ka ng language assessment. So, meron na kami naka-ready na yun. And then, yon yung ECA. So, Educational Credential Assessment. So, meron na kami from WES, World Education Services, na we got from 2014 pa.
Mm-mm.
Nag-request lang kami ng duplicate copy.
Siya, for him.
Mm.
For him.
for me. Ayan, so we also submitted yung mga education documents like yung degrees, diploma, certificate. So before moving here, naka-ready na lahat yun. Mayroon ng soft copy tsaka yung hard copy dala namin when we move here.
Yep.
And then this is a trade certificate specifically dito sa Alberta. So
Yeah.
as applicable lang naman. So ako wala ko niyan. And yan, licensing, registration, and certification. So ako, meron akong isang internationally certified na, internationally recognized na certificate, yung TUV Functional Safety Engineering Certificate. So yun, dineclare ko rin siya dito. So I think nakatulong siya.
Mhm.
Nakatulong din siya sa job ko. Kasi since internationally siya recognized, especially dito sa Canada. So naging siya, plus factor na magkaroon ng ganung certification. So yun, while you're in the Philippines siguro, sa mga nakikinig sa atin, as much as possible, invest also sa with yourself, take yung mga short courses or yung mga certification na alam niyo na makakatulong sa inyo in the future here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yan, so important din na yung to submit yung job offer or yung employment contract kasi kailangan makita nila na you will be employed at least for a year dun sa job offer niya.
So is this the letter that, oh, okay, that's different. That's the contract.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, this is
different.
the employment letter. Okay.
So yung yan, employment reference letters kasi pati yung mga experience mo sa yung mga employer mo from the Philippines kailangan din nila.
Yeah.
And this one yung dalawang bullets dyan. Yung Alberta relatives, I think for the general, applicable siya dyan sa general Alberta Express Entry
Mhm.
as kung meron kayong relative dito sa Alberta. And then yung employer information, specifically naman siya applicable dun sa Tech Pathway.
Yeah.
So dun
So
yung
guys, yeah. So guys, nakita niyo na yung mga hiningi kay Dennis, no? So if you are, anywhere in the future planning to apply here, just take a screenshot and, save it there and start collecting the documents para you're ahead of the game. Oh. Libre na yan, ha? Talagang binigyan na kayo ng hint. So if you have all those, you're like one step closer, right? Except for, I think, for language assessment, it expires every 2 years, di ba? Yung language
2
assessment.
years.
But all the rest that you can collect, just collect and get it ready.
Yeah, especially yung ECA, mas madali sa Pilipinas kunin na kasi you have to go to the school. So pag nandito na sa Canada, ang hirap na, parang na kailangan mo makiusap kung sino na sa Philippines, na ganito-ganito. Yun. So mas 5 years naman siya ang validity niya. So okay lang na makuha na siya agad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. Actually, that's actually very similar to the PR, sa express entry application. So, yeah. So that you just better take note of that, and then kung ano man may mga sa federal level may police clearance pang dagdag, right? And may medical sometimes. So, yeah. So generally that's the core. So let's look at their timeline para makita natin kung gaano talaga kabilis yung mabilis.
Okay, mabilis na mabagal.
Mabilis na mabagal.
Okay, so yeah, we're showing our PR application timeline, especially me. Ako yung primary applicant under NOCA 2133 pa before. Based on NOC 2016 pa yan. So under electrical and electronics engineers. Okay, so we started, yan. So, August 8, nag-landed si G, 2021. And 2020, November 24 naman, sumunod kami with the kids. One of the most stressful part ng buhay ko, ng life ko.
Imagine.
Imagine having those two kids towed in me. So,
Totoo siguro si G. Kala mo ah.
Natawa ako sa kanya nung nakita ko siya after. Grabe.
anyway, yan. So, December 1, I started working nga dun sa company ko, sa Calgary-based tech company. And then, yeah, so when we learned about the accelerated tech pathway, we decided to right away to take our self-pip exam. So, ang nangyaring strategy sa amin, hindi kami sabay nag-exam. So, nauna si G. Then, no, di ba? Bago ako.
Wow.
Nauna siya kasi walang may iwan sa mga kids.
No.
So, the other day, ako naman yung nag-take ng exam. So, after that, I think 1 week lang. No? 1 week, we already received the results. And then, yun, nakapag-create na kami ng Express Entry profile.
Yeah, so just hold on. See, Evgeny was asking, did you do selfie for nominee? So yeah, so here you're saying that both of them took, but you don't actually need to take G, right? You
Yes.
you
There's,
only Dennis needed to, huh?
yeah. There's a plus kapag ako din, if I also take self-pip, there's a score.
So
Additional.
express entry, right?
Yes.
Express entry. Okay.
Yan. So, yung sa mga post ko sa mga group, Facebook group, I think I mentioned na meron akong ginawang customized na self-review exam. So, lahat nung nakabasa ng post ko, nag-private message sa akin to request dun sa review. But mostly yung content ng reviewer ko is more inorganize ko lang yung mga nabasa ko dun sa yung mga review materials na ginamit namin sa YouTube, yung mga nababasa sa websites. And I think more than 500 people yung nag-request ng ano. So malayo yung narating ng reviewer ko.
Thank you for sharing.
So yung mga templates din, yung mga templates doon. But I tell them na it's just a guide during their preparation and wag nila i-mention exactly kung ano yung mga nandun na template na nilagay ko.
So if for those who are watching, can they still request for it? So we can just send me an email in melanieondemand@gmail.com. I will share
Yes.
with you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we move on. Yan, so after we received the language exam, we created yung Express Entry profile. So ang CRS or yung score ko is 341. So as you can see, sobrang baba, sobrang baba niyan when it comes dun sa ibang program like yung Federal Skilled Worker path. Pag sa next draw, I think hindi yan I think ang latest score right now is around 500.
500 plus.
500 plus.
Almost 600 na. Grabe.
Yes, so at the same day din, after I created my profile, apply na agad ako dun sa tech pathway. So I filled out the form and then eventually after ilang hours lang, nag-reply na sila na approve na yung notification of interest. So they send me this email, then I need to accomplish yung mga requirements and create my account dun sa Alberta portal. Yung sa Alberta portal using Alberta ID. So, yeah, sobrang bilis niyang nagkaroon ng response from them. And then it took me around mga 1 week lang na-submit ko na lahat ng documents, lahat nung sa list na pinakita ko kanina. Kasi mostly naman naka-prepared na siya. And then I think ang nagpatagal lang dito is yung ECA ko, yung from West kasi mali yung code na
Oh,
nandun sa may code dun eh na nasa right
yeah.
side. Kung ano yung purpose, kung saan purpose mo gagamitin yung ECA mo. So I think dapat it starts with IMM code for immigration purposes. So sa akin parang iba yung na-request ko that time. So nag-request pa ako ulit kaya napatagal. Pero at least 1 week lang yung naging delay after I submitted those documents. Okay, then yan, after 5 days, naka-receive na agad kami ng nomination letter from Alberta. So 5 days lang. So if you will not include pa yung weekends dyan, I think 3 days. Nakaroon ka na agad ng
So,
nomination.
iba talaga ang ano, ang ready, 'di ba?
Yes,
Oo.
yes.
Siguro kung walang West, kinabukasan sinubmit mo na kaagad.
Correct. Yan. So, ang isang magandang nangyari pa dyan, so March 15 yan. So, after we received the letter from, letter of nomination from Alberta, it will reflect also dun sa express entry profile mo. So, you have the option to accept yung nomination. I think it will give you 60 days to accept yung nomination. And then the other day, merong draw for express entry the other day, and
Oh,
eventually we received our invitation to apply after
kayo na
that.
lang talaga iniintay, 'no?
Oo nga, sakto yung timing niya after
Sakto
1 year.
lahat, eh, 'no?
Mm. So, makikita nyo dyan, you can see yung CRS ko went really high. So, after the nomination, it will add 600 to your CRS. So, from 341, naging 941.
941. Yeah, because plus 600, that's right.
Yes.
I
So, yeah.
remember I remember that yellow button, whether you want to accept or not.
Yes, yes, correct.
Ay, nanginginig pa, eh, pag-click na accept tapos yun.
Yes. Okay, so after we receive the ITA, so we gather yung mga documents din for the PR application. Until I think ang nagpatagal naman sa amin for the application of PR is yung NBI
NBI.
certification. Yeah.
May kapangalan kasi.
Oh,
Hindi, tsaka we need to schedule sa Philippines, we need to authorize someone to get
yeah,
that certification.
that's
Thank
right.
you sa sister ko. Ayun.
Yung mga galamay sa Pilipinas dyan.
Yeah. So during this time nung application also namin, hindi kami nag-submit ng bagong medical exam result. Kasi merong parang guideline before
May
na
policy na sabi hindi na kailangan
Yes.
until March 31.
March 31.
Parang extension na lang siya. Dati naging December 31, tapos in-extend nila to March 31, kaya hindi mo na kami nagpasa ng bagong medical.
Mhm.
Yun.
At tipid kayo dyan, ah.
Actually, it's not hindi naging ganun yung case eh. Nung June 13, nagkaroon ng update sa biometrics namin.
Oh,
Ayun.
Then nagkaroon na ng request for new medical exam. So yun. So, hindi naging applicable yung
We're not sure kung, kasi nakalagay March 31, nagpasa kami March 29. So, hindi namin alam kung may bearing ba yun. Na
na-delay lang pala.
Yes. Mm.
Hindi na daw kayo pinalusot doon kasi palagi na kayong lusot. Sabi ganun.
Ayan. So, I think, yan. So, nag-take kami ng medical exam dito sa Calgary, and then submit namin, I think, somewhere June 20 or 24. And then nag-reflect yung medical pass by July 5 after almost a month. So from July 5, ayan na, wala nang kaming update na na-receive from IRCC.
ghosting na
Yeah.
ghosting.
So during that time, I think nag-web form kami, nag-send kami ng web form para lang mapansin ni IRCC. And then also nag-request din ako ng GCMS notes. Pero that is sometime in October. Pero hanggang ngayon wala pa rin yung GCMS.
Ano pa yung...
So I've been tracking yung processing times ng PNP, Provincial Nomination Program, sa IRCC website. I think from April, it started around 22 months yung processing times niya. So every month, nagano yan, nagdi-decrease. So, monitor ko yung increase niyan, ay yung decrease niya. I think right now, it
14.
decreased, 12 months na lang yung processing times ng PNP.
Mm, that's wonderful.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
lesser, mas mababa siya compared sa CEC, I think.
Ah,
Mm. Yeah, I think really the provinces are pushing the federal to do it faster. There is an urge from the provinces. I heard about that. Yeah.
Yan. So, yan. So, from July 5, wala na kaming update na receive.
Mhm.
Until yung, yan, December 8, when we received the PR confirmation
Yay!
via email.
So what happened when you receive it? I remember this time. That's a very memorable time for me. What about you?
Yeah, ako na na-remember ko yan. I've been having a meeting. Sobrang daming kong book meetings during that time sa work. Then after nung last meeting, I check my email. Then first, ang una ko nabasa yung mga reply sa web form ko. Mostly generic reply lang sa web form. Pero ang napansin ko, kasi yung web form ko from different period siya October, November, yan, ganyan. Sabay-sabay siyang dumating sa email ko. So, posible naisip ko, ngayon lang pala nag-update yung IRCC. And then after 1 or 2 hours, saka na dumating yung yung letter of approval.
Pinakita niya sa akin agad eh. Alam ko nandito ako nun sa house. Sabi niya,
Oh.
mami, mami. Ganun. Nakita niya sa akin yung phone niya.
Oo.
Tapos, although
Hindi
hindi
pa siya
siya
naka-open na.
Hindi pa naka-open. Nakita ko lang yung yung maraming email na sunod-sunod.
Apat na
Oo,
net, apat
apat. Since ako noon, ako yung nakakita ng SP application approval before, na alam kong pag ganon, approve na, parang ganon. So, parang noong time na yun,
Do not reply ba yan?
hindi, iba siya,
Hindi
hindi siya
siya,
Ay, hindi sa
nag-reply.
deliver.
Oo, iba na siya.
yeah.
So at that time, medyo kasi nagugulumihanan kami. I mean, hindi namin alam kung what do they need.
IRCC po.
Kasi nga walang movement. So parang nade-depress na kami. Baka may something wrong. Or ang dami nang pumapasok sa isip namin na baka kung anong meron tayong hindi na-submit, gano'n. So nade-depress na kami. Tapos nung time na December 8, sabi niya, and I'm really glad for our friends na sabi, hindi, dadating yan, ganyan, malapit na yan. So, I'm really grateful for them. Yun nga, December 8, sabi ko, nasabi ko din sa kanya, sabi ko sa'yo, ganyan, ganyan, pa-Christmas daw, hinihintay yung Christmas. So, ayun, tuntua kami.
Advanced Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations! Di ba sobrang bilis talaga ng application? So, technically, it's only from March to December, which is less than a year, which is very, very good, very, very fast. So, for those of you who are, planning to come here and apply, I mean, this is possible. Someone made it happen. So, it's not impossible na mangyari din sa inyo. But of course, don't expect na it's always gonna happen because everyone's timeline is different, right?
Yes.
But I guess the most important takeaway here is that they are ready with the documents that they need, that they know that they might need. So they're ready, and it's just a matter of submission or updating,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you had your employment letters, right? I guess from
Yes.
Philippines papunta rito. So
Ay,
you
oo.
didn't have to bother HR and all those people, right? So
Yes.
you had your ECA, which also takes time. You prepared for your self-pip. So everything went very smoothly kasi ready na kayo sa mga documents na kailangan niyo. Right? And I guess you cannot really get NBI that early kasi
Yes.
kailangan din yun na may certain time. Pero if you're really that type na, you want everything ready, you can even get your NBI, right?
Yes.
Or i-plan how to get it faster.
Yeah, plan how to get it like faster in, mag-assign, mag-ano ka na, nagplano ka na ng grupo sa Pilipinas, tapos
Authorized.
activate mo na kagad yung NBI plan.
Yeah, in our case also, hindi na kami hindi na kami ni-require for police certificate.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's the same. Sa Pilipinas, if you have the NBI, that's it. So,
Yes.
ang challenge yan para sa mga OFW, Like
Yes.
me,
Yes.
I have to get it from Singapore, I have to get it from Dubai, I have to get it from Philippines. So it's really like time consuming, right? So, but you're given enough time to process it. And if ever you didn't have enough time, they will accept whatever you have, but submit, show that you applied and you tried your best to get it on time. So they'll understand na ganun yung sitwasyon. Yun. So yeah, congratulations ulit sa PR approval nyo. And what is that one or two things na very, very important para sa inyo and you want to share with everybody?
Ayan, important tips na.
Yes.
Okay.
Dami.
Ayan.
Actually, na-mention naman yung ano, yung iba na parang pasingit-singit din. Pero actually yung pinaka-important here for us is yung first, yung discern. Ayan,
Yes.
sa kanya.
Yeah. I think nag-vlog ako dito about my discernment about moving here in Canada. It's a really difficult decision for me or for us kasi life-changing siya. Yung future mo nakasalalay doon. And I've been in my comfort zone before sa Philippines kasi you have your ideal job sa province pa namin, and then good compensation, good benefits. We're living in the housing compound provided by my company. And then, okay naman yung career progression. There's the family support, the friend support. Kumbaga, very ideal siya. So, napakahirap mag-decide. That's why, isa din siguro yun sa naging factor kung bakit.
Ang hirap din na ano,
Stupid.
ang hirap din na mag-jump.
Yes.
Ang hirap na parang kasi dadating ang point kasi na pag nandito ka na tapos nahihirapan ka na tapos nawawala na yung focus mo sa what is your real reason why you go here, gano'n. So parang discern well, ano ba talaga ang reason mo? Kasi kami parang yung iba, well, wala pa napatamaan na noon, nasa isip ko lang or nakikita, nababasa, ganyan. Yung iba parang nakikiuso, yung iba parang na-FOMO, yung feeling left out, gano'n, na parang yung friends ko nandun na, parang gusto ko din, parang gano'n. Or yung iba parang, ano yung term mo, yung jump on the bandwagon, parang gano'n. Oo. So, para sa'yo, why do you really, you have to focus on that reason. Parang kailangan pa siya isulat. Mas maganda ko isusulat mo. What is your real reason why you go here? Ayun.
So that would be the most important among the four.
Because it will be your guide, eh. Will
So,
be your
so
in terms
what eventually became your biggest why?
for us, it's really the kids. Yung una, it's the kids. Pero while we're here, it's becoming kami din. Kasi nag-grow kami, parang meron pa palang mas okay. Parang
Opportunities.
ganun. There's bigger opportunity kasi na close yung mind namin sa Philippines na okay na kami, comfortable na kami. Tapos, pagdating namin dito, may mas okay pa pala. Parang ganun. So, it's not just for the kids and for their future, but it opened up to us as well. Ayun.
Yeah, that's really nice. What about you, Dennis? Do you agree with G? Do you agree talaga?
Yung discernment kasi, parang ano yan eh, choosing between two goods.
Yeah, well,
Okay naman kami sa Pilipinas. Then, actually, a lot of my friends, yung mga kakilala ko, sinasabi sa akin, hindi mo naman kailangan pumunta na ng Canada. Okay naman yung estado mo dito sa Philippines. But there is, in the back of your mind, there's something telling you na ano yung mangyayari if you didn't seize this opportunity. Kumbaga, parang all of your life you will spend worrying about that question.
yeah.
So we decide na by faith we faithfully jump in dito sa
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, I remember when we were discussing that too. Like, you have enough money. For example, you're gonna study, right? You have enough money kasi may pang tuition ka.
Correct.
You know, you're okay with whatever you have. Pero sabi namin, we're on our 30s. If we're not doing it now, when? Right? So, if for example, we are 40 and we decided, oh, gusto pala namin, maybe it's too late. So we said we can always go back if we didn't like it, but
Mhm.
we cannot move. We cannot return the time na hindi namin kinuha yun. So yeah, that's also like one of the thought process that we encountered that time.
Mm.
So I hope whoever is listening right now, if you're still on the fence, we're not saying come here, but we're just providing you paano kami nag-isip and how did we eventually came up with a decision to jump here in, to face the uncertainty of living in Canada na wala kaming kakilala, walang bago yung environment, bago yung trabaho, bago lahat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
And so far, we don't have any regrets of our decision moving here so far.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially,
I'm only excited for you guys. So after PR, there's so much more you can do. Like doing what we are doing right now, giving back to everyone who needs help. Kasi we were all helped before, right? May mga tumulong sa atin na we didn't expect their kindness, right? So maybe now na mga PR na tayo, we will help them naman to reach their permanent residency, and then eventually they will do it on their own, right? Eventually sila naman. Like I have one of my, I would say, matagal ko na siyang kausap, o nagpapa shoutout lang. Shoutout mo kita ha din. Sherwin. Si Sherwin, matagal ko na siyang kausap. I haven't seen him in person, pero like, he's here now. He's in BC. So hindi tumalab yung Alberta powers ko sa kanya. Pero I'm sure he's in good hands sa BC. Pero I mean, he's also one of them. And I believe na at someday, pag naging PR siya, magi-guest din siya sa akin. Joke, hindi. I mean, magtutulong din siya sa ibang tao na mga kailangan ng tulong sa amin. So, thank you so much, G and Dennis, for this interview, for sharing what you know, your pathway tips to everyone, right? And do you have like any final message to everybody?
siguro, yan, think ko, dyan din nakalagay, discern well. Kasi, isa sa mga biggest factor na kung bakit naghinder sa amin to move here. Kasi, if we decided in the first place na fully decided na kami mag-move, siguro, we move here at the earlier pa. Kasi nung na-realize namin, sobrang sobrang ganda ng Canada, sobrang dami ng opportunities, especially for our kids, na na-realize namin na nag um, yung very reason namin of moving here, kasi we regard our kids na parang they are good seeds. They are good seeds of the plant na they will really blossom in a more fertile land. So they will grow sa Philippines, but I think they will blossom more here. More fertile land. So yun, discern well. Decide mag-decide ka na ng maaga. Um, Actually, don't base your decision dun sa mga nababasa mo. Use them as guide, or filter mo yung mga makakatulong sa and yeah, make that decision. And then when you decide, take the next step of
Research.
preparing, and that's and also yeah, napakalaking bagay sa akin yung connecting. It's a negative impression sa Pilipinas pero
Networking.
pero dito you need to connect para not only sa workplace but also for yung mga makakatulong sa dito, how to adapt and how to survive here in Canada.
Exactly. Thank you.
Let me add, hindi siya, it's a different from yung term natin sa Philippines na backer.
Yes.
Na it's really different. There's a difference between them. Kasi yung pag may kilala ka or someone knows you, ibig sabihin kasi alam mo na yung work ethics niya, parang gano'n. So at least pag ni-refer ka, alam niya na you work well. It's not because they know you. It's because they know your work ethics are good. Kaya kanya i-refer. So it's different from being a backer. Yun. Kasi
Yeah.
backer parang kilala ko to, sige pasok ka na regardless of your skills.
That's yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you po sa lahat ng mga tips and thank you for spending time with us. I think we're gonna open the floor for Q&A, but maybe very, very quick, like maybe 30 minutes. We're actually in 2 hours. Mark.
Tours na pala.
Na-realize niyo, hindi masyado, no?
Oo nga eh.
Lunch break na sa
Yan lang
Pilipinas.
eh. Yeah, so for all the people, our viewers right now, if you have any questions for Dennis and G or me, you can type it in the comment section and then we will go through it one by one. And we will try our best to answer your questions. But again, disclaimer, hindi kami immigration consultant. We will answer based on what we know, and this is not legal advice. Okay, so just type in your questions and we will get to them. Let's see kung ano pa ba yung mga nalagpasan natin dito. Oh, meron ditong Tita March.
Sino yan?
Alam mo yan?
Ito, Marge.
Sino ba si Marge?
Yeah, ako.
Siya, Marjorie ang name niya.
Kasi
Marjorie
ang
pala siya.
name ko talaga Marjorie Ann. Pero
Ayun.
helpful. So, they know me as G.
So you know June?
Sorry, pero pag nakita ko ang face, pero parang June, Horatio. Titingnan kita mamaya.
Kilala ka daw ulit June. Sabay ganun.
Ang dami ko nakausap. Hindi ko na alam yung iba. Tapos yung iba, nag-iiba din ng name. So,
Ayan.
sino to? Ganun. So, baka, baka nakilala ko na siya, pero, sige. Tingnan ko.
And Melanie said, thanks for clarifying. I think this was when we were talking about the Express Entry profile. Yeah. And again, if you need the Alberta Tech NOC code, so you can find it here. And yung para sa company, you can find it here. And we have Sarah Joy Villesa, quality engineer. Ano po ang code?
Quality engineer.
So I think that's a very big part because every industry it has quality. Like even for chemistry, there's quality. So can you specify the industry probably or anong klase ng company yung ano? But then you can always go to the not in the link that I provided, but there's another link. If you go to Google and type NOC code description, then you should be able to see yung job description ng quality engineer. And if ever you find parang related job position, don't take it literally. Go to the job description and see whether it matches your job description. Yeah. This is Sherwin. Good to see you again. Hello. And kay Ses, coming to Canada this May 2023. Oh, nice. Malapit na. Meron kayang opportunity sa akin sa architecture field sa AB. Pero Ontario yung school ko. Oh, okay. I'm sure, anong architecture? Ito ba yung mga AutoCAD, mga operators and all this? So, I'm not sure if it's part of the tech pathway, Dennis. Is it part of it?
Architecture.
Architecture sa field sa Alberta. You know, there is, let's try to search actually. Alberta
Science manager.
Architecture and science managers.
Di ba yan? That's different.
architecture.
This.
Hanapin natin sa website ng Alberta.
Ato yun.
Plan your career. Okay. So I'll send you the link sa comment section.
Ato.
Test.
Ato doon. Ato doon.
You can take a look in the website
It's different.
and see if there are openings for architecture. The field name AB. You can also go to job bank, Canada. and go to occupations. So in this other link, you can type the architecture and you will see which provinces uh, in demand your architecture field. So not only in Alberta, but different
Good.
provinces.
Look,
ALIS.
it's like dummy,
So I
dummy.
hope that help you, Ses.
Yan
Sure,
yung,
one of those certification para sa mga engineers or nakapag-work sa mga project is yung PMP. Ang laking tulong nito. Are you familiar with this, Dennis?
yeah, I think it's more on project
Look, mommy,
management.
look.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
mommy.
I think it's universal as well, right? Because you know the project management everywhere it's applicable.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the?
Rick also does a lot of research, so I think he knows what he's talking about. So put that in consideration. Yeah, sige po, hanapin ko yung PMP certification. And Melanie Slim said, can you share the reviewer here too? I think she's asking about the selfie reviewer. So I asked them to send me an email sa melanieondemand@gmail.com.
No,
So
no, no.
if you can share it with me, Dennis, I will
Picture.
Picture mo to.
whoever you will email and ask for it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So just send me, just drop me an email. Evgeny said, thank you for sharing. Wow, you stayed around. Thank you. Okay, whatever you didn't understand, Evgeny, we'll discuss on Monday. Yeah.
Thank
Sherwin
you.
said, thank you. Thank you as well. You're welcome. Oh, si Noli, isa pa to. Hi, Miss Melanie. Nice na. Yeah, ang tagal-tagal ko nang hindi nagbo-vlog, pero I was like, kailangan ko i-share yung, yung, yung story ni G kasi it's so nice, it's so good. I have to
Watch
make
natin,
sure I
mommy.
do this.
Watch
I
natin.
decided to come back for
Idol
this.
kasi kita eh.
Watch natin, mommy.
Na-pressure ako eh.
Na-pressure ka rin. It's okay. I'm sure you inspired a lot of people. And then Sherwin said, that's true. Having a good network of people is gold. Yes, I agree. It's actually gold. That's a very good description. For Sir Dennis, when you created your express entry, anong education ang nilagay ni SP since ongoing yung studies niya? Nag-pass din si SP ng ECA.
Yeah, so yung ang nilagay namin na education is yung from the Philippines lang. Not yet yung sa
Sa
dito
safe.
sa Canada. Say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yes, nag-pass din siya ng ECA.
Look, mommy. What?
So, did G also created her own profile?
No, ako lang yung nag-create ng profile.
Okay.
Dineclare ko siya as my dependent.
Okay, okay. Kasi the next day nakakuha mo na kagad yung nomination. No need to create, di ba? Ano pinag-ibig. Although, that's another tip. For example, you are couple and you didn't get the invitation like they did. Not yet. Both of you, kung parehas kayong may ECA and my language test, you can create separately. Because you'll never know kung sino ang more valuable para sa province, di ba? So you can either Dennis created and G can also create because if both of you have employment certificates and letters and ECA and English test, both of you can create express entry profile and it's for free, di ba? Free lang man ang express entry as long as you did you performed. So you collected all the required documents. So that's another technique. I think Abby and her husband did that as well. Both of them magkahiwalay yung nomination nila. So yung isa ay dependent ng isa, parang ganyan. Because you have different experiences, right? So you'll never know kung ano yung mas gusto ng province.
Correct.
And since it's for free, you don't have to, spend any money para doon. And you already have the English test. So in ECA, why wait, right?
Correct.
So that's a plus point. Remember that. Yeah. And
Si Rox.
Kilala mo siya?
Cousin ko siya from the Philippines. Hello.
Oh, so amazed of your story. Proud of you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Taga Bataan?
Yes.
Oh,
Siya yung
nice. Hello.
closest cousin ko.
Oh, siya
Oh.
ba yung ano pwede dito?
Picture.
Sorry siya yung.
Hello sa inyo dyan sa Pilipinas. And yeah, it's Saturday morning, right? So, and they are
Lunchtime.
so amazed and so proud of you guys. That's really nice. And there's another one, Karen Garcia.
Yeah,
Hello
that's my
to the
sister.
James and Titi Junkies. Oh,
Is E.
Hello din, punta na kayo dito.
so be someone's greeting you. Tita Karen.
Tita.
Say hi. Say
Tita.
hi.
Tita Colette. Tita Colette po si Toby.
Oh, Sherwin here again. Taga Bataan din siya.
Oh!
Sa Pilar.
Di ba, small world. Oh, connect na dyan. Lilipat yan si Sherwin sa Alberta. Joke.
Taga-Orient kami.
Hindi pa rin ako napagod mag-invite sa kanya.
Go lang. Kilala kami sa, Ontario? Ontario sila, no?
No, BC.
BC.
BC sila. Yeah. Malapit lang. Kapit-bahay lang.
Mommy.
Oo. Wala din ako na, dating QC analyst sa BC. Yun, kasama ko before sa work.
Yeah. That's nice. Ayun. So I think we're all done. If you guys don't have any other questions, we'll call it a day. And thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for watching and spending the night and the morning with us sa mga nasa Pilipinas.
Thank you.
And yeah, again, thank you so much for sharing. And this video will be uploaded in my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to share it and watch it later in case you came late. Pwede kayong manood ulit and to catch up the first part because they really shared important information sa simula din, and you can benefit especially with Dennis sharing his experience and how to find job here in Canada while he was still in the Philippines. So that's very important, I guess. So thank you for watching, and everybody have a good morning, afternoon, and night. Diane said thank you. Thank you so much. So we're gonna end the broadcast now and see you again.
Thank you.
I will have more. I have more in line, more people to interview. During that course of 1 year, some of my friends were actually approved for PR. So I would like to invite them over and share their experience as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Nolly. Waiting for your next video. Yeah, kita kits, Nolly. Okay. Thank you. Bye
Subscribers.
bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. God bless.
Bless.
Yes.